Compressing the dynamics in a music recording is one of the hardest things for a beginner producer to learn. It is not quite the final boss, but it's definitely not the first thing that you try to tackle. Why should I use compression if I can't really hear it? We need to alter the peak to average ratio. Well, what does that mean? That's how you fit a big sound into small speakers. Let's draw a wave that we're going to put into this speaker. And it's coming out. We're getting some of this music, but we're also getting some pretty good peaks because we get this thing up pretty loud, and the listener can hear some depth going on. They can hear the music way inside, but they're also feeling this stuff come out and hit them. They're feeling dynamics. Well, good luck trying to fit that into your phone. So we use a compressor to control the level of the average music to the level of the peak music. So after we compress the peaks, we get something more compressed, and then when you bring it back up, you hear more of the inner average level. And that's how you fit a big sound into small speakers, by controlling the peak to average ratio by using a compressor. Now, why would you want to do that? There's a practical reason. Everyone expects you to do it. At this point, if you put a dynamic recording out into the public, they're not going to like it. It's not going to seem as loud as everything else. No one can really appreciate dynamics unless if you're like in a car or in front of a really big system and you can actually feel the difference between the average and the peak. Usually with compressed music, there's not much of a difference between the average and the peak, and just all the music is just in your face. And that is important when it comes to fighting noise. If you're on a bus and all you have is a phone, like hyper compressed music is like better because it's your only chance of hearing any of the details. So we went over why use compression on music, what it does, and we're not going to have much time. We did a little bit of how it works, but how do you use it? How are we going to do this in 40 seconds? We are going to manipulate the ADSR curve according to a need. We can use a compressor to bend a waveform's transient into something else. More on this later. Thank you for watching. We made it 3 minutes.